welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the newest collection from Bee's Knees Lacquer called Lore Olympus. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know that you like seeing Bee's Knees Lacquer reviewed here on my channel, and if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do. I upload new live swatching videos every week. So the Lore Olympus collection is a 12-piece collection in a variety of finishes. This time around we have shimmers, magnetics, flakies, UP, and reflective glitter. Pre-order for this collection is going to begin on March 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and will go through March 28th. During that pre-order window, Bee's Knees Lacquer will also be having a site-wide sale of 25% off. That's going to include everything on the site except for the UP polishes. There won't be an option to purchase the collection as a whole since there are some UP polishes with this release. But there will be a partial collection option which includes all of the polishes in this release except the ones that contain UP. Also coming to the site this month are some Lore Olympus mysteries, a new monthly monster mystery, respawns, and new scents. They're also going to be releasing a brand new hand cream, which I'll be reviewing for you today, and a new base coat. In all, we have 12 beautiful polishes to look at today, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. So we're going to take a look at the non-polish items really quick first. This first item is a new body care item that Bee's Knees is introducing. It's called their Level Up Hand Cream. This one is in the scent His Flavor, but I'm assuming that this cream, like all of their items, will be available in a variety of scents. I don't have a scent description for this one, but I will say it smells fantastic. I stink at picking up notes and stuff like that, but if this comes in a bigger size, I'll probably be grabbing it because it's a really pleasant, mild, but yummy scent. So I love Bee's Knees Lacquer's lotions. I've purchased many bottles of their aloe lotion, and it is one of my favorite lotions I have because it comes in a pump bottle and it just sinks into the skin so well. So when I saw that Bee's Knees was introducing this product, I was so excited because I love their lotion for my full body, but for my hands, it is a little bit light, but this hand cream was perfect, you all. I got way too much product, but you can see it's definitely more of like a gel-like cream. It's not creamy. It just sinks into the skin beautifully, and a little goes a very long way. It feels hydrating, and it is like the ideal kind of lotion to wear as we enter these warmer months. I don't have a full ingredients list, but this lotion does contain hemp, oat, and marula oil, so definitely nourishing. Bee's Knees Lacquer is also going to be adding a new base coat to their base coat top coat line. This one is called Spirit, and I don't know much about it. I did read on the Facebook group that it is a strengthening base coat, but I don't know exactly what ingredients are in it that add that strengthening power. I will say it is kind of like a milkier consistency. So typically those kind of base coats really help protect your nails against staining. And they also can provide a little bit, very subtle coverage on your nail line to help blur it out a little bit. So I've used this some. I look forward to using it a lot more. And I did use it under all of my swatch videos and photos in this video. So we're going to take a look at the polishes in this collection grouped together by like finish. We're starting with the magnetics first, and this one is called Persephone. It's described as being an olive green with pink to gold to green multichrome magnetic shimmer, and the price for this will be $13. So I am a Lore Olympus fan, a new one, but a fan. I actually started reading this once I got the collection in PR, and my friend Carolina, Gotta Love Polish, is obsessed with the series. She was like, you gotta read it. And so I've started it. I've not finished it. I'm still on I just started season 2. And this polish is perfect for Persephone. I mean, look at that beautiful pink. And then the green reminds me of like the flowers in her hair. It is beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful job. So on application, this one's quite sheer. I decided to build it up on its own in 2 coats and then magnetize the 3rd coat, and I still did have some visible nail line. If you want to avoid it, I think you'll definitely want to pair this with a similar base color or a blurring base coat. But if you magnetize all 3 coats, you're definitely going to have a lot of visible nail line. Maybe you love that. I don't typically love that, so in the future, I'll probably pair it with a blurring base coat. But I applied my magnet, held it for 30 seconds, and this was the finished result. Look at that striking magenta line. Whoa. The magnet was very easy to manipulate with all of the polishes in this collection. Didn't need a special magnetic top coat or anything. It worked its magic all on its own. So here's what it looks like built up in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. That last coat magnetized, really shifty. Here you see the shift to pink and some of the like more gold color. And then at extreme angles, you can also see it shift to green. Super, super beautiful. Pictured are 3 coats of Persephone with a glossy top coat. And I had to pair Persephone and Hades together, of course. This one's called Hades, and it's described as being a deep turquoise with blue to purple multichrome magnetic shimmer. This one will also be $13. So in the bottle here, you get a whole lot of that gorgeous cobalt blue shimmer. You can see a little bit of purple, but what you don't see is that incredible turquoise base, which is revealed by the magnet. Holy smokes, the contrast between the magnetic pigment and the base is beautiful. When I swatched this one, I was sure it was going to be my favorite of the magnetics, but it actually isn't, but I do love it. So on application, I felt like this one was quite more opaque than Persephone. I did still have some visible nail line in 3 coats if I was looking for it, but it was not noticeable on its own. Like only if I was searching for it did I see it. So I went in with that 3rd coat, I applied my magnet, held it for 30 seconds, and this was the finished look. Again, that magnetic pigment could not have been easy to work with. No special tricks needed. It was very beginner friendly. So here's what Hades looks like built up in 3 coats with that last coat magnetized. If I'm really looking, I can see some visible nail line, but honestly, it's not even bad enough that I would want to pair it with a blurring base coat. And I'm pretty picky about that kind of stuff. It's only there if you're searching. So we can see that beautiful magnetic pigment shift from blue to purple, and against that green leaning blue base, I just think it is striking and the perfect polish for Hades. Pictured are 3 coats of Hades with a glossy top coat, and I left my ring finger unmagnetized. And the 3rd and final magnetic in this collection is called Demeter. It's described as being a deep grape purple with gold to green multichrome magnetic shimmer, and the price for this will also be $13. So this is hands down my favorite magnetic in this collection. Like I said, I thought it was going to be Hades, and Persephone is my favorite character in the story. So I was surprised Demeter was my favorite, but that glow, people, the gold to green shift in the magnetic pigment, the beautiful purple base, there's so much contrast. The magnetic is so easy to work with. Look at that. Like magic. So pretty. On application, this one was closest to Hades in terms of how opaque it was. It still had some visible nail line on that 3rd coat. If you were looking for it, maybe it even had a little bit more visible nail line than Hades did. But y'all, the magnetic is so beautiful, I wasn't even looking. Again, I don't think I'd even worry about doing a blurring base coat for this. I mean, maybe if I was feeling super picky, but I just don't feel like it's necessary. Check that out. I have no other magnetics like this. The contrast between the purple, gold, and green is just everything. I'm in love. So here's what 3 coats of Demeter looks like. With a glossy top coat, I left my ring finger unmagnetized. When this is unmagnetized, you mostly just get that green flash and then the shift to purple. It really does act like a multichrome. But magnetized, I mean, it is just everything I dreamed and more. And in indirect lighting, what you see here, you also get a beautiful shift to almost like a bluish green. Oh gosh, this one must have, in my opinion. Pictured are 3 coats of Demeter with a glossy top coat. Next, we're jumping into the reflective glitter UP polishes. Yes, you heard that correctly. This little section of polishes has reflective glitter and unicorn pigment. what? Yeah, I know. So this one is called Do You Need Me to Kill Someone for You? And it is described as being a red to green UP with gold light reflective glitter. The price will be $16 for this one. So when I saw that these had UP and reflective glitter, I was like, oh my gosh, how more extra can you get? This is all the things in one polish, all the extra things. This color, for me, the base color, I wasn't initially drawn to it, but I was really drawn to the gold. I just wasn't sure how it's kind of like a soft tan beige base, but it's really sheer as you can see. I just wasn't sure how much I would love it on me. And 3 coats, I did still have a significant amount of visible nail line. That is, of course, so you can still see the unicorn pigment. I wanted to try these as a topper. So I did top this over kind of like a beautiful mustard shade. I ended up swatching all of these that way also, just so you could see in case you were curious. You sure did get a lot of the reflective glitter gold sparkle, which was gorgeous over the mustard, but the red to green UP didn't shine as beautifully as it did when this was built up on its own. So here is what 3 coats of Do You Need Me to Kill Someone for You looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. This will dry textured and be difficult to remove because of those reflective glitters. As you can see, there's quite a bit of visible nail line. You kind of get a light wash of color on the nails with some gold sparkle and that red to green shift. And then here is what it looks like under a flashlight. And once I took it under flashlight, I was like, okay, hold on. I guess I do really like this one because I thought the gold reflective glitter was stunning. And I'm definitely interested in trying this as a topper over some more colors. Pictured are 3 coats of Do You Need Me to Kill Someone for You with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Next up, we have 1 Million Perfect Roses, which is described as being a green to blue sibling UP polish with ruby light reflective glitter. This one's going to retail for $16 as well. So this one immediately I was more drawn to than Do You Need Me to Kill Someone for You because of the colors. I really like the red combined with the green and blue, although frankly, it does give me just a little bit of holiday festive vibes. It's all right. I love a polish that can do multiple things. But yeah, the colors in here are stunning. In the bright lighting, you're going to see mostly the green shift in the UP. But as you move your hand away from the direct lighting, you're going to get some of that blue shift too. Really, really pretty. On application, this one was also quite sheer. I think the bases for all these reflective UP polishes are clear, so all the color you're seeing on the nails is either coming from the reflective glitter or from the unicorn pigment. This one was a little bit more opaque for me than the last polish we looked at was, but I did still have quite a bit of visible nail line. I also felt like the UP was a little bit more noticeable in this one. So again, I was curious to see how it would perform as a topper, so I did try layering it over a red cream, and I will leave all the creams that I used as bases in the description box. This one wasn't my favorite pairing because when I layered it over the red, I lost the red reflective glitter. I should have thought of that. But you could see the UP really well over the red. So definitely interested in playing around with this one more as a topper. Here's what 3 coats of 1 Million Perfect Roses looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat on its own. So you can see a little bit of visible nail line, but it's not super noticeable. It's pretty subtle. And then here is what it looks like under a flashlight. Whew, this one was stunning. I love the red reflect from those glitters, but also that you can see the UP so well under flashlight because I thought you would lose it, but no, it's definitely still visible and super glowy. Pictured are 3 coats of 1 Million Perfect Roses with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. And the final reflective glitter UP polish in this collection is called Where Are the Dead Bodies? And that's totally a line from the story that made me laugh really hard. This one's described as being a gold to green sibling UP with sky blue light reflective glitter. It's also going to be $16. So This one was my favorite of the 3 reflective glitter UP polishes in this collection. I was immediately taken by those light blue reflective glitters. I don't think I've seen those before, and if I have, I don't think I have any of those yet. So this one struck me as being very unique, and I also don't know that I've seen much gold to green sibling UP. Most of the time I see blue to green or the OG red to green, but not gold to green, and I liked it with the blue. So on application, this one was very sheer as well. I felt like it applied in the end a lot like 1 Million Roses. In 3 coats, you could still see quite a bit of nail line, but it was a little bit more opaque than Do You Need Me to Kill Someone for You? Just saying these names out of context is ridiculous. So here's what it looks like in 3 coats. Again, these will dry textured, so I did layer a glitter smoother on all of my photos and videos, and they were difficult to remove, so I would suggest a smoothing base coat. I tried it as a topper over a turquoise polish, and I really liked this one as a topper. You can still see the beautiful UP and the blue reflective glitters. I think this is going to be my preferred way to wear this one. Stunning. So here is what 3 coats of Where Are the Dead Bodies looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat on its own. You can see how gorgeous that sibling UP is. And again, the light reflective glitter, just beautiful. I love yellow and blue together in polishes. It's stunning. So here's what it looks like under flashlight. This one just felt incredibly sparkly, and once again, we can see that UP so well under flashlight too, which just took my breath away. Pictured our 3 coats of Where Are the Dead Bodies with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Up next is Do I Look Like a Scoundrel to You? Which is described as being a cobalt to purple to red sheer shimmer with black to blue to purple multichrome flakes. This one's going to retail for $13.50. So if you've been a fan of these shifty shimmer polishes from Bee's Knees with the multichrome flakes, I'm sure you're going to like this one too. It's really beautiful, soft and delicate, just a wash of color, but then you get so much shift, very ethereal. I'm fairly certain that the base for this one is sheer as well, so I am going to show you what it looks like as a topper. But that means that all of the color that we see on the nail, and we sure do see a lot of color, is coming from the shimmer and the multichrome flakes. I just love how they complement each other in the polish. Both shift from a blue to a purple, and again, this is just perfect for Hades. Look at that. So in 3 coats, we do still have some visible nail line, but it's not super noticeable. So I tried swatching this one over a navy cream, and at first I wasn't sure if I liked it. It looked a little frosty when it was wet, but once it dried down, and here's what that looks like. I really did like it. It has a completely different look, and you can still see all of that beautiful shift. So here's what it looks like built up in 3 coats on its own with a glossy top coat. Really, really shifty and so shiny. I didn't realize until I got it under the direct light just how almost metallic that shimmer feels in this polish. It is amazing. And so here in the direct lighting, we get the blue and purple, but then here in the indirect lighting, you can see a shift to almost a pink shade. This one is fantastic. Pictured are 3 coats of Do I Look Like a Scoundrel to You with a glossy top coat. And now we're going to finish up the video with some incredible shimmers. This one's called You're Not That Weird, and it's described as being a soft sage with glowy blue shimmer. This one will be priced at $13. So Bee's Knees makes these glowy shimmer polishes better than almost anyone, and they really outdid themselves with this collection. This polish has a beautiful soft yellow leaning sage base, and then the blue shimmer in here, my goodness, it is knock your socks off glowy, so bright. On the nail, this one was way, way, way sheer. This could definitely double as a topper over either a green or a darker colored base, but All of the opacity I got from this polish pretty much was from the shimmer and not from the base color. It is going to be sheer still in 3 coats. You're going to have quite a bit of visible nail line, but golly, that shimmer, it just like, I can't. It is fantastic. So here is what 3 coats of You're Not That Weird looks like with a glossy top coat. You can see on me, the base kind of looks a little bit yellow leaning. I think that's going to depend based on your undertones, but on me in person, it did also look kind of yellowy. But the shimmer, my goodness, it was so beautiful. Looked mostly blue, but I felt like at certain lighting situations, it looked a little bit purple. Pictured are 3 coats of You're Not That Weird with a glossy top coat. All right, are you ready for an absolute showstopper? I hope so. This one is called Your Golden Traitor, and it's described as being a golden pastel multichrome that shifts from gold to green to blue. This one will retail for $13, and a little comparison from the maker here. This one has a smaller particle than Dreamer Born into a Court of Nightmares and a stronger shift than the Oracle. I wish I had either of those polishes to share with you, but unfortunately I do not. So this polish, I'm having major regrets about not including it in my end of video favorites. It is like haunting me. I am kicking myself for not choosing it as one of my favorites because out of this entire collection, when I think back on it, this one is the one that I just, can't get off my mind. It has a beautiful formula. The shimmer is popping. It is packed with that shimmer, and it builds up really well in 3 coats. At some angles, the nail line is visible, but in most it is completely gone because it is just so packed with shimmer, which is incredibly impressive for a shade this light and a yellow. Wow. So here's what your Golden Traitor looks like with a glossy top coat. I mean, my jaw is on the floor. I don't know what else to say. The way the shimmer just completely glows. It is so beautifully brilliant. And that yellow base is unlike anything I've ever seen. And then when you take your hand away from that direct lighting, you get that shift to blue. This one is a must-have. I'm saying that a few times in this video, and I do apologize. I try not to, but I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. It's gorgeous. Pictured are 3 coats of your Golden Traitor with a glossy top coat. Up next, we have I Need a Positive Navigator, which is described as being a soft coral with large particle aqua to purple shimmer. This one's going to retail for $13 too. So I would say that the base color for this one definitely is what the description states. It is a really beautiful, bright, but softened coral base, and the shimmer is so large that I thought upon close inspection that it was actually very tiny flakes. It's different from any of the other shimmers in this collection in that way, and it is stunning. On the nail, this one had an incredible formula. It was very smooth and easy to work with. It was quite sheer and lightly pigmented. I found that in 3 coats, I did still have quite a bit of visible nail line, and I do wish it had just been a little bit more opaque. But I know those of you who love these more soft, sheer polishes are going to go bananas for this one. So here's what it looks like built up in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. In the direct lighting, you can see that aqua to purple shift, but it just intensifies so much when you move your hand to indirect lighting like you see here. This one does have some pretty significant visible nail line, so if you want to avoid that, I would recommend pairing it with a blurring base coat. Pictured are 3 coats of I Need a Positive Navigator with a glossy top coat. We've got 2 more breathtaking polishes to look at. This one's called Act of Wrath, and it's described as being a cherry red jelly with green to blue to purple shimmer. It's going to retail for $13. So I honestly was very surprised to read that this was described as being a cherry red. If I had never read the description, I totally would have said this was like a neon pink, maybe like a neon magenta. It definitely reads pink to me with strong red undertones. So take that with a grain of salt. The shimmer in here is ridiculous. So between the formula, You're going to see in a second. And the gorgeous colors in this polish, it was everything I wanted. Definitely one of my top picks in this collection. So on application, I would say it was the most opaque in the collection, excluding the magnetics. If you left them unmagnetized and just applied them, they were very opaque, unmagnetized as well. But this one was fully opaque in 3 coats. I could not detect any nail line on me, and visible nail line is a recurring issue for me personally. This one had amazing opacity, perfect formula. So here is what Active Wrath looks like, built up in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Isn't it stunning? So beautiful. I don't know that I'd wear this in spring, but I'm already dreaming of wearing it again this summer. The base color is just ridiculously bright, and in bright lighting you can see the shimmer be green and blue, and then when you take it away from that direct lighting, like you see here, you get a shift to purple as well. I don't see how they got this polish so opaque and so shifty shimmery too. Bee's Knees Lacquer, magic. Just magic. Pictured are 3 coats of Active Wrath with a glossy top coat. And the final polish I have to share with you today, I'm going to call We Will Not Take His Crap. That's not the entire name, but you get it. This one's described as being a mid-toned purple with glowy green to blue shimmer, and it's going to retail for $13. The maker noted that this is a warmer purple than Dumicorn, and I've got both in my hand now. I totally should have swatched them, but that's okay. I will link in the description box a link to a Facebook post where the maker swatched them. You do have to be part of the Bee's Knees Buzz Facebook group to see the post, though, more than likely. So yeah, the shimmer is close between Dumicorn and We Will Not Take His Crap, but the base color is quite different. Dumicorn has more of a grapey base, whereas We Will Not Take His Crap has a much pinkier purple base. It's a lot warmer and yeah, pretty different. So on application, this one was a little bit more sheer than Act of Wrath. Built up in 3 coats, I did still have some visible nail line. However, because the base color was just so soft and light, it really did strike me as the perfect color for spring. It actually didn't bother me. I ended up wearing this as a full manicure for about a day, maybe 2 days, and I absolutely loved it. It is such a flattering color. Definitely got me excited for warmer weather. So here is what it looks like built up in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. You can see that visible nail line there if you are looking for it, but it's another one that I don't think it's super noticeable, and personally, I wouldn't feel the need to pair it with a blurring base coat. And you can see here the shimmer is a beautiful blue-green, aqua green color. And then I did actually take this one into some lower outdoor lighting, and you can see here what the shimmer looks like there. This one is another stunner. Pictured are 3 coats of We Will Not Take His Crap with a glossy top coat. So that's the new Lore Olympus collection from Bee's Knees Lacquer. Let me know down in the comments what you can't live without. What are you going to be grabbing? As a whole, I really enjoyed this collection. I always look forward to seeing what Bee's Knees Lacquer is going to release in these warmer months, because for some reason in my head, I associate them with darker, more broody, kind of unusual shades. So I love seeing them take those bright colors and giving them their own twist. It makes it so fun. In case you're not planning to buy the entire collection, here are the ones that were the biggest standouts for me. One of my favorites was definitely DEMETER. The beautiful purple base for this one and the incredible magnetic pigment was just out of this world. Tied for my favorite in this collection are these 2, We Will Not Take His Crap and Active Wrath. I knew as soon as I unboxed this collection, these would be my favorites. I mean, they're so bright and fun. The shimmer is incredible. Oh my gosh. If you grab 2, get these. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you in deciding what to grab. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!